Welcome to WrenchWay Weekly, where we talk about the industry's hot topics, highlight the voice of technicians, and educate shops and dealerships on how to help improve the industry. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment on the videos, let us know what you think of WrenchWay Weekly, or if there's a specific topic that you'd like us to cover. We'd love to hear the insight and really base the program off of that. The topic for this week is, in your opinion, do most job postings include enough information to know if it's a good fit for you to apply? The results came back that 25.45% said yes, and 74.55% said no. So again, the overwhelming majority saying that job postings do not include enough information to really make an educated decision on whether somebody wants to apply for your job or not. So if only a quarter of the people are saying that there's enough information for them to make an educated decision, this seems like a really, really obvious thing, right? Like this is something that we feel like we should probably get, but in our experience, we might not. And really, when we talk to shops, there's still a big level of people being uncomfortable putting maybe some of that real data and that real information to their job posting. Maybe they feel like they'll be exposed, or that there's some level of concern that their competitors will see what they're offering and try to go after their people. I think one thing that we need to talk about right off the bat is why that's a problem, first and foremost, right? Don't be scared of posting this information. That transparency can be a huge key to drawing really, really good, talented people to your job. And something that oftentimes we get scared by is something that a technician desires. That's what they really, really want to see in a job posting or in a job ad where you're looking for somebody, right? Rather than fighting against the stigma that, hey, you know what? All of my competition is going to know what we're paying, have pride in it. Know why you're good. Know why somebody should want to come work for you. That is such an underlying element that I think we miss out on in a lot of different ways for a lot of different reasons, right? And so I think the core understanding that we try to get across to shops, and something that's a really just a truth, right? Which is the majority of really, really good qualified technicians already have jobs. They're already employed. It's going to take them something, or it's going to take some level of motivation to get them to take a day off of work for an interview, or to take a drug test, or do whatever they need to in order to apply to your job. And they're doing this with knowing in the back of their head that they have the leverage, right? There's a reason that almost every shop out there is looking for a tech. They're in really, really high demand. And good technicians already know this, right? So kind of a base foundation of understanding for this poll is that piece right there, that more than likely, if you're a shop, you're looking for a good tech, that good tech probably already has a job. And so when you take that a step further and you look at your job postings and you're frustrated that you can't get people to apply to your jobs, it could be as simple as you're just not putting enough information for a technician in that job ad to make a good informed decision about you, right? If they hit that apply button, it means that more work is coming, that they're going to have to take off of work. They're going to have to do other things that, frankly, nobody likes to do, right? It's never really all that fun to go to an interview. It's never really all that fun to scrape together a latest version of your resume. So when we ask them to do that, we're asking them to do something that's a little bit more difficult and requires work out of them. And we make it a really, really painful process in some regards, and something that we need to do a better job at. So we took this even a step further with our WrenchWay Insiders, and we asked what specific information is important to them when they're looking at a job posting, right? So we polled our insiders and asked, on a scale of 1 to 5, how important is it to include the following information in a job posting? Pay structure and salary, 88% said it was extremely important. 88% said it was important, while 72% said it was extremely important. So 88% saying it was important or extremely important, with 72% of them saying extremely important. That tells you something right there, right? That is a really, really big number. Almost everybody wants to see pay and salary information in a job advertisement, yet we still see a huge lack of transparency in that regard with shops that we work with other job ads that we see. That's still a major concern, and one that I hope that we start to get better at. Along with that, benefits, 80% said that having benefits in their job description was either important or extremely important, with 60% choosing extremely important. So again, the majority saying having benefits in a job ad is extremely important to them. That's a big deal. Number 3, hiring process. 59% said it was important or extremely important. They want to know what that work is. Who am I going to have to talk to? How long am I going to have to talk to them? How many people am I going to have to talk to? You know, there's jobs where you'll have to go through multiple interviews, and even sometimes, 5-6 interviews, depending on the size of the company. There's times when you might get hired or offered that job in that very first interview. The more you can lay that out up front, the more success you're going to have. Number 4, work environment. 74% said that it was important or extremely important to include something about the work environment in a job posting. What's difficult in a job posting is really, how do you explain work environment? I think there's some level of job, when you're trying to market your job to a technician, where you're saying, hey, you know what, this is a great place to work at. This is how we run our business. And it becomes this long book and nobody reads it because it's laborsome. It's very, kind of annoying to read all of that. So really put yourself in the shoes of a technician and understand that it's not just as easy as clicking the apply button, that there is some pain that goes along with it. And the more frictionless you can make it, the better the chance you have at a technician actually making that move. And even to get them to hit the apply button it can be a challenge. So another thing we're finding that helps with this is video. And video is obviously a great tool because you can paint visuals that you really can't with either photos or text, especially text. It is really underutilized right now. We actually just added it to our WrenchWay Top Shops profiles because we thought it was so vital, so important, and people were missing out on it. I think when you look back, and even the early days of other social media platforms, video was very far down the line. But what changed was that people saw video as a way to do something different. And I think that's a very similar piece to this, right? WrenchWay Top Shops profiles really allow for that video element to take off. It allows for you to get that personality out into the open, out to the people that might make a decision on working for you based on that video. And I think, to me, a huge piece of this is it can't be a corporatized, robotic video that, frankly, a technician is going to take and say, you know what, that's a bunch of marketing BS. You want something that shows that true feeling, that true attitude, that true personality of a shop that you just really can't get through photos. So, some examples of different types of videos that you might want to try are videos of employees just casually talking about the shop processes, talking about the work environment, what they like about it, why do you work there? Maybe a tour of the shop, walking them through and saying, hey, you know what? This is what we're proud of. These are, we keep the shop a certain way. So if you're not clean, you're probably not going to fit here. Maybe a manager talking about how they run the shop, how they manage the shop. Are they a micromanager, or do they allow you to kind of get out on your own? That's obviously going to come out at some point, right? If they come to work for you and the manager says, no, I'm not a micromanager, and then is a huge micromanager, that employee might get the impression that they were sold something different. So getting that true personality out, really, really big deal as you go to find people that fit your culture, fit what you're doing. And that's something that I think is an underutilized word in our industry as a whole. Fit, right? Not just the next warm body, but fit. People that actually fit in what you're doing. We did actually show a sample video to our WrenchWay Insiders, ask them if seeing videos like the ones that we explained above help determine if the shop is a good fit for them to work at, and 84% of them said yes. As you can see all the way through our polls on this subject, it's been very, very lopsided. They want more transparency. They want more detail. They want more information for them to be able to make a really good informed decision. It's the same as if you're buying a house or buying a car, whatever it is, you want information so that you can make as educated as of a decision as possible. One real quick example, and I hate being salesy on these type of videos, but one thing that I thought was a really, really good example of this was one that we did at Dan's Auto Center in Wisconsin. For those of you that aren't familiar with Dan's Auto Center, that's actually the shop that I grew up in. It's my dad's shop. We kind of use that for some guinea pig things, but their page turned out really, really well, specifically on the video side. And that video side was really that. It was the stuff that we talked about. And I really like to practice what we preach. That's what we're preaching, is being able to give a technician that information. In the Dan's Auto Center Top Shop profile, and I believe that we'll be linking it on this video, we talk about anything from how the shop is run to what kind of music they listen to, just really what it's like to work there and who the right person is to fit in there. And so when they use that, they take that WrenchWay page and they put it in job postings. They put it on their social media. They get their employees to share it, right? Because if maybe they can reach people that your company page just flat out won't. But it takes that different level of engagement and it takes that different level of work. And we talk about a plan all the time and making sure that you have a plan. That's a really, really great way to plan around that. So the moral of the story, as we get to the end of this piece of WrenchWay Weekly, is there's a massive technician shortage, right? There's no arguing that. There's not enough people to fill all these jobs. And ultimately what that results in is technicians can be picky about where they want to work. They can be selective. And they can be selective on where they apply. If you don't have a great spot to work at or a perceived not great spot to work at, they're probably not going to apply. And you need to answer those questions that we polled our WrenchWay Insiders on in order to get them to apply, to get them to take an action, to get them to do something that might not feel all that comfortable to them. Give them information, make them comfortable with who you are, make them, that video piece can really get them familiar with you so that when they do come in for that interview, it feels like they know you a little bit. I think that's a big deal. Thank you to everybody for the feedback. All of our WrenchWay Insiders this week, a lot of great feedback. And really, again, I thought it was interesting that the statistics really were leaned one way. They were really, really heavy in one direction. But that tells us what the collective wants, right? And that helps us build this content. That helps us really build more educational resources to help train the shop. So appreciate all of you that take the time out of your weeks to fill out those WrenchWay Insider challenges. As you know, if you answer our topic of the week in the WrenchWay Insiders mobile app and play our higher or lower game, you get to compete to win our weekly giveaway. Special thank you to the sponsor of the higher lower game from last week, which was Full Bay. Our friends at Full Bay are awesome. If you get a chance, go check them out. Great software. And I think what they're doing is very, very progressive as well. And we're really, really happy to have them as partners. The giveaway last week was a $100 Snap-on gift card, and the winner was Dale. Teckel with a high score of 36. Dale got a chance then at that Queen of Hearts pot. Unfortunately, he did not turn over the Queen of Hearts. So the pot has increased again to $2,100. It just keeps going up every week. I'm really excited to see who we can finally give that cash away to. Keep playing it. That pot's gonna keep building every week until we get a winner. So again, Dale Teckel, congratulations on that $100 Snap-on gift card. Hope you're able to put it to good use. As a reminder, we post new challenges every week. So go complete those and earn more points to play the higher lower game for a chance to win our $100 gift card and your shot at the Queen of Hearts pot. If you haven't learned this already, the WrenchWay Insiders app is invite only. So if you'd like to receive an invite, you can fill out the form on the WrenchWay website. We'll put a link on this video, or you can email us at info@wrenchway.com. The topic for next week is, what is the biggest challenge about being a new technician? I think this could be a really, really loaded answer. I think there's a lot of challenges when it comes to being a new technician, but really looking forward to see what you guys come up with for feedback on this topic. As a reminder, log into WrenchWay Insiders app, find the poll titled WrenchWay Weekly Topic of the Week. The more questions you answer, the more points you get, and the more chances you get to win those prizes. Lastly, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and give our video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. We're really gaining a lot of support behind this, and truly couldn't do it without all of you. Thank you so much to everybody for all of your work, all of your feedback. I hope you're staying warm depending on where you're at. It sounds like it's going to get pretty cold up by us this weekend. So enjoy your week. Take care.